Good morning. This is still a work in progress, but I wanted to show those who were interested in what Neil has done this past week on vacation. This is the front of the coop. He positioned it here so that the clean out could go out into a wheelbarrow or onto a tarp. We can keep the chickens out of the coop and then clean it out, and we have no escapees that way. This is the very cute gate that is the entryway into the area here. We have a few things set up here that are not the plan for the long term. But because of California's summer heat, we have to have shade accommodations for the chickens. And we're trying to figure out if that's going to come in the way of a hard structure or in the way of landscaping over time. We do have a reasonable shade over the nest boxes. I'm going to step over toward the nest boxes so you can see. Those are the nest boxes. I actually need to lift the lids a little bit to give them a little more air through there during the day, but they need to be shaded and cooled somewhat. This is the very cute sign. See if I can get it in the, yeah, I'm having trouble seeing here. There we go. Yeah, if the chickens want to get out, that's not a thing. This is a chicken tractor sitting here just because I'm not sure where we're going to put it. This is the tractor that it's setting up on its end, on its side. This is a tractor we used for meat birds this year, which was a very successful project. So down on the south side, we have the fence and then the garden just south of that. Neil put a couple of tables up that we can put shade cloth on, and that serves two purposes. One is for shade. The other is for a place, because we do have hawks, for if the chickens hear or see a hawk, they can get under, and that's their natural inclination when an overhead predator comes by, is they run under something. And hawks have to have a dive space. They can't just dive under things or into things. So this helps protect them from hawks. And the approximate dimensions of the yard is about 24 feet by 26 feet. I'm going to move inside. Oh, I want to show you before we get there. Neil built a very cool threshold for the gate. I like it. It's easy. It gives my kind of tottery steps sometimes. Kind of tottery, some foothold, and it also keeps anyone from scratching dirt there and digging a hole big enough for chickens to get out or predators to get in. So I'm going to go inside. Hang on here. Hello, chickens. Okay, this is going to get a little bit seasick here for just a moment. I don't do video editing, so there we go. The compost bins now inside the chicken structure are a big hit with the birds. They love being in there, and we love them to be in there. They're happy, they eat stuff, they deposit stuff that will help a compost. Gonna go buy a post here. And they just, it's just an all-around beneficial thing for everybody. That will be the side that we shovel over into when we rotate. So I was gonna say the approximate dimensions of the chicken yard are about 24 by 26. And right now we have 27 birds, some of which will be extra roosters that eventually get processed. They're extra roosters from our hatches. That should only be 3 or 4 birds. So we're gonna end up with 2 roosters and about 22 hens, which is a pretty good ratio of roosters to hens. The big experiment for us is gonna be whether 2 roosters can cohabit in this size space, and they will be raised together, but that pretty much means nothing when a rooster decides to be territorial. So it's gonna be an experiment for us. we may end up with one rooster and less fertility. We'll have to see. I like the casement window that Neil put there. I like to have light in the coop so it just doesn't get quite so dank in there. We do we put down diatomaceous earth and a mineral called, oh, what's the mineral called? PDZ zeolite, that's the mineral. It commercially goes by Peolite, Stallfresh, Coop Sweet, those names. Here's a hanging waterer. This is our biggest girl. This is a Bielefelder girl. She is a huge woman. She's a very good-natured, very docile chicken. All of our chickens are bred from docile lines. We don't want to put up with roosters that are attack birds. We have no interest in that. So this little, we call it a playpen. It's a place where our young chickens can grow to the size where they can be integrated. And we will begin integration here in a few weeks. The mother will probably want to get out of here before the babies are big enough to be integrated. And there's Christy, one of our broody girls. She's one of our 2 oldest hens, and she's a great mama. So we're gonna look inside the playpen here. So these are 9 little chickens, 6 that we got from Alchemist Farms that are sage eggers. It's a variety bred by Alchemist Farms in Sebastopol, California. And then 3 of these were hatched by this mama right here. She's a good mama. She's a good chicken. She doesn't freak out when we have to handle her or her babies. She's defensive, but she doesn't try to attack us. We have one mama that is very defensive and tries to attack us when we move her babies. So we'll have to see if she settles down after her babies are older. And they are in another area right now. They are quite a bit younger. They're 3 weeks younger than these birds, considerably smaller. So here we have, aren't they cute? They're just so stinking cute. So this boy right here is a Bielefelder boy, the one in the middle, and he's going to be one of our breeders. And I think this guy right down here is a sage egger, and he will probably be our other breeder. So if they don't get along, we're gonna have to see who stays and who goes. So.